Hey YouTubers, this is my Honda Varadero XL125. Hopefully you can see the picture okay. This is a honest review of what potential problems you can find, or at least I did find the problems on this bike, and through my efforts trying to repair them, they do seem to be very common faults. It's a 2004 model, by the way, just in case you can't tell. Number one problem is the headlights. There we go. The headlights, they'll intermittently work, which means sometimes you'll put the lights on, sometimes one side's on, sometimes the other side's lit. Sometimes the high beam don't work, or the low beam don't work, or vice versa, or it'll randomly swap between the two. It's extremely annoying. And what it basically is, I'm not sure if you can see. No. Anyway, the terminals on the back of these, where the wires connect to the bulb holder, they are prone to corrosion and rust, and indeed the actual bulb holder as well. They tend to rust and corrode. You're much better off just getting some sandpaper, disconnecting the bulb holder, taking it out, sandpaper in all the terminals, including the small little earth one inside the holder. Sandpaper that, put it all back together, put it back in the housing. If it still doesn't work, then replace the little spades. Well, go onto the back of the holder. That generally fixes it. If you're still having issues, and then I would definitely say on the back of the bulb there's the bulb. On the back of the holder there's like two prongers, like that, and they go onto the terminals on the bulb. Sometimes they get bent. Just bend them further in, so when you put the bulb in, it makes better contact with the bulb, if that makes any sense. That's generally an issue. Another one is the indicators. They'll either not work, or there's a significant delay. You'll turn it on, nothing happens for about a few 5-6 seconds, and then it'll come on, and that's fucking annoying as well. Basically what it is, yet again, more corrosion. The switch, you tend to get a lot of shit in there. What you do is, well, at least I'd rather than take it all to bits, because there's not much point. Get a WD-40, one of these with a straw. Just jab it in there, give it a really good squirt, both sides, and let it all piss out onto the floor, and then you've done. You don't have to worry about short circuiting anything, because it's non-conductive, and it is actually for cleaning electrical components as well as lubricating. Right, there's that one. What else did I have issues with? Oh right, the speedo is another issue, which is very extremely common. The speedo and the speedometer will work intermittently. It's really annoying. It'll work sometimes, or it'll fluctuate or not work, or the readout on here will flicker slightly. Extremely annoying. Because this is sort of a digital speedo. I know it's not digital in the sense it's LEDs and that kind of digital. I mean the circuitry is digital, if that makes any sense. The speedo pickup's digital, I believe. It's not actually a cable. I think that's right. Anyway, what it is, it's the fuse panel in here. Take off the cover, undo the fuse lid, as it were, and it's the fuse that's further to the back of the bike. They do come loose. In fact, most of the fuses come loose, to be fair. Again, more sandpaper. Just sandpaper the little terminals on back on the fuse. Open it up slightly, push it in, tap it in with back of your screwdriver, only gently, of course, not to break it. And usually that cures it. If you find it's cured it temporarily, and then a couple of weeks later it starts doing it again, repeat the procedure, and then in the lid of the little cover that goes over the fuses, put in a bit of foam, just so it squashes down on the fuses. So when you close the lid, and it should hold it all nice and tight. Other than those little things, really, the bike has not let me down. It's not had any issues at all. I know I've mentioned some issues, that's a bit contradictory, but I mean, the general build quality is extremely good. The speed is pretty excellent for a 125. Well, it's a V-twin, so it's to be expected, really. It will happily cruise at 75. I've had 80 out of it, which I believe is reasonably common for these bikes, again with it being a V-twin. Most bikes will probably cop out to about 60, maybe 70 on a good day. This with being a pretty big bike for a 125, it will, like I said, it will easily do 70, 75, 80 miles an hour. Because there's a little peg thing stopping the speed out, it might have to do more than 80. Who's to say? Because the speed I want to go to 80. But I think 80 is about max. But in fairness, 80 miles an hour is seriously, redlining it, which is not a good idea for any bike, really. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos where young lads will be thraping the fuck out the bike. That makes good videos, but if you want to fuck up your bike, by all means do that. I'm like 40 years old, I'm not fucking 17, you know what I mean? You can't go thraping your motorbike around like that and expect everything to work fine. Eventually something will go crunch. If you want to go fast, wait till you're a bit older, guys, and get a decent bike. Stop chatting shit saying, oh, you can make it fucking the 125 to 90 and all this fucking, but no, it fucking doesn't. Stop bullshitting. And stop trying to get a big dick for ladies. It's a fucking 125, you know what I mean? The brakes, maybe not amazing, but they do the job. The single discs, mine's got a bit of a lip. I need to grind them at some point. That's about it, really. It's a reasonably heavy bike. It's extremely big for a 125. It's got lots of road presence. Acceleration's awesome. Excuse me. The sound wise is excellent. Well, it wasn't, because the stock exhaust is very quiet. What I did was I got a circular drill, cut out my baffle. There you go, don't know if you can see. Because there's in a baffle as well, it doesn't ruin your MOT, noise restriction, or whatever they wish to call it. Because it's still got the inner baffle. Cut this one out, and it sounds fucking excellent. In fact, I'll fire it up actually. She needs starting up anyway, because it's been extremely cold for the past few weeks, and I've not been on her. Wow. This is cold as fuck, by the way. Cold. Cold as butter. There you go, straight off the button, no problem. She's a bit cold. Come on, girl. Come on. Come on, baby. You can do it. I'm rushing her. that's it. Alright boys and girls, hope you enjoyed. Peace out.